know what I'm saying? In front of everybody. Oh. Game starts at 20, bet slip is empty. I gotta call KG. KG, what up?
I got nothing for you, Fox.
Come on. What you got, huh?
It is spa day, Jamie. You don't interrupt spa day.
Okay. Gracie, what's up?
I need some tips.
Jamie, you want a tip?
Yeah.
No.
Come on, somebody. Jalen, what's up, man?
You want a tip?
Yeah.
You really want a tip?
I really need some tips.
Don't call somebody on live TV, Jamie Foxx.
Well, you answered. Have other friends anyway. Marshawn, Barry, holla at
Jamie Foxx. Hey, what's up with it, Fox?
Listen, I need some tips.
I'm like LA.
LA?
No, Dallas.
Dallas?
Dallas not the
Dallas?
fit. We gotta get to Miami. How about Detroit? Nah, Barry over there.
You know what? I'm gonna call y'all right now. Vanessa, I need your help.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Going with my gut. Let's go with our gut.
Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I'm Dave Weischadle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weischadle. Doug, if you were Minnesota Vikings bettors like us, little disappointed, fell short, but what a game on Saturday.
You know, if it happened on Christmas, I'm pretty sure everybody would be calling it the Christmas miracle because that was an amazing game just in terms of football. Because that was the largest comeback in NFL regular season history. Okay. Actually, NFL history, too. It wasn't as big a comeback as the Super Bowl comeback that Matt Ryan was on the back end of that one, too.
Yeah. Well, I've seen, I saw a couple tweets, tweets. Tweets. I'm conjugating it right. Saw a couple of tweets showing that score from the Patriots Atlanta Super Bowl. So a lot of people were having fun with that. I got to tell you, at halftime, I was just so disgusted because last weekend we were both on the Minnesota Vikings. I was just so disgusted at halftime, I shut it off. You know, it's holiday time. You're doing holiday things, and you know what? Am I going to waste my time with a? Was it 30-0 at halftime?
33-0.
33-0 at halftime. I was like, forget this.
Yep.
You know, and then looking at my phone, and I think you said something, and oh my God, the comeback was on, and
I have to admit,
amazing.
I didn't watch the first half. I wasn't able to watch. I was doing something else. I wasn't able to watch the first half. I was keeping track of it on Twitter. They do the score updates, all that stuff.
Well, I have the score app, so I was keeping track of it.
And I saw the 33-0, and I was like, well, that bet's down the toilet right off the bat.
Like I said, I was so disgusted at halftime. I just, I walked away from it. I just been keeping update with my apps on my phone, and it was quite an amazing thing to see the score change on your phone. I was like, is this right? Is this correct? Could this be happening? And turned the game back on.
Yeah. No, I stopped following it when I saw that last halftime score, and then I just curiosity's sake, I looked at the score again, and it was 36-21. And then I figured, let me start watching it. Yeah. And I saw the 28. Then I saw the tying touchdown. Then I saw good overtime, and then I saw that weird penalty where the guy wouldn't get off Justin Jefferson, and that actually brought them closer for the game-winning field goal. I wish it brought them closer for a game-winning touchdown.
By the way, that was the fumble return for a touchdown that was called back was absolutely ridiculous.
That was twice. That happened twice in the game.
The second time really hurt because I was, like I said, we were both on the Minnesota Vikings. Certainly they won. They didn't cover, which was
That's okay.
Another level of heartbreaking.
You know what? If I'm going to take an 0-1 to start the weekend, I'm going to do that. That's fine. That was a great game to watch.
Absolutely. Well, we got a great show coming up. We got a Beatin The House segment, and then it's our Week 16 NFL pick segment powered by Betfred. Last week was really exciting. It's should be a great holiday weekend here, of football. Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
Got a new trend in the sports betting industry in this country. It's not parlays. It's not stacking parlays. It's not single game parlays. It's not in-play betting. This has to do with a lot of the smaller betting operators, the tier 2. We always talk about the big 4, BetMGM, FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars. And when we talk about states like New York, now Maryland, as well as some of the other ones, the big 3, big 4, FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, they always take up about anywhere between 90 and 95% of the sports betting market. And we always say, what do the other operators do? And we're starting to see a trend now where the tier 2 operators, I'm going to call them, I think that's what they're called anyway, the tier 2 operators are now focusing more on another area of the gaming industry than sports betting.
Okay.
Especially in this country. Now, we've had Wynn, Rush Street, Kindred, which is Unibet, Caesars, and 888, all in their quarter or earnings calls, talk about how their shift of focus is going to go from sports betting in this country to online casinos.
Good. Finally. Let me tell you something. I love online casinos. It's a lot of fun. I don't get the whole idea that, we'll allow sports betting, but we won't allow online casinos. It's we'll allow you to gamble your money in one way, but not gamble your money in another way. I'm glad they're doing this. I love online casinos. Here in New Jersey, we have online slots, table games.
Yep.
We have live dealers, which it's a lot of fun, by the way.
Well, it's an interesting, I don't want to say stigma that's attached to online casinos, but there is some sort of hesitancy by states to work with online casinos versus online sports betting.
I honestly don't get it. I really don't understand it.
And we have, we just had, like I said, I listed all the ones in their earnings calls that said they're shifting focus to online casino from online sports betting. And we have a new one, Bally's.
Okay.
Bally, Bally Bet is launched for the RSN, the Bally Sports Network. Bally Sports Network is now under kind of different control from the creditors, and there's some changes going on with that network, the network side itself. Bally's has said that they're going to focus on the states that have both verticals, online sports betting and online casino, with a bigger focus on the online casino so that they can actually make up some profit.
Well, let me tell you something. Speaking as a guy sitting in a state right now that has online casinos, I welcome that business plan. I actually love it. I love the whole idea of it.
Well, according to all the stats thrown out by the American Gaming Association, Gambling Compliance, all these different types of organizations that keep track of the industry very, very well, all the states that have both verticals, the online sports betting and the online casino market is 3 times the size of the online sports betting side.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. And, we have other organizations as well. We have SI Sportsbook.
Yeah.
SI Sportsbook is now going to put a focus on the online casino, which is going to be interesting to watch because they're not really known for the online casino side. But SI Sportsbook is run by 888.
Yeah, no, which are old pros at this, especially in Europe and things like that. But I have to tell you, I start my day with online casinos. Let me tell you why. I have my cell phone right next to my bed when I wake up in the morning. Virgin has a free game. I'm not even spending any money. First of all, I'm not even getting out of bed yet, and I grab my phone. I do my I forgot what it was. It's one of those things where it's a big grid, and you have to
pick
six
each deck
blocks.
Yeah.
And they, if you match up, if you get 3 of one kind or 4 of another kind, you get a certain amount of free spins.
Yep.
And this is all free, and it's great. I love what online casinos are doing. So well done, Virgin. And Tropicana used to have it, but I don't know if they have that
Tropicana
anymore.
changed platforms.
Yeah, because I think they got bought by Caesars. Yeah. So, but Virgin, I start my day with Virgin Casinos and do the free game.
And don't forget, you also have FanDuel doing the free game
as
well, but that's at the end of the day.
Yes.
6 p.m.
That's weird. They actually have the new game starts at 6 p.m. and it's hard to explain what that is.
It's a slot machine.
Yeah, it's kind of like a slot kind of game machine.
And you rack up the matching points and all that stuff.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it. You win free spins. But these things are great.
But going back to what we're talking about here, it's a very interesting trend to see the Tier 2 operators switching their focus. I mean, we even have other platforms like FSB announced that they're not going to focus on the United States anymore. They're going to focus on Europe and Canada for
Canada.
their platform.
Yeah, no, I'd focus on Canada too.
It's one.
Look, if states are hesitant to allow online casinos, Canada is doing everything. Good for Canada.
So we may see a further. What's the phrase we've been using the last couple of weeks? Market correction.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting trend to watch to see where this goes.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. I mean, online casinos and online poker. I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
So,
and it's probably an easier path to profitability.
Sure, absolutely.
Exit 2.
Well, we just got finished talking about sports betting in the United States. We're going to be talking about an eSports betting deal.
Ah, boy.
Yes.
Yeah, this hasn't gotten on track with anyone yet. You know,
This
the eSports
one's a
betting
little
thing,
different.
I was so excited about it a couple months ago, and
It's not.
it's kind of, maybe I was expecting too much of it, but,
I think you were.
Probably, but it's one of those things where, hey, all right, let's do it. Everyone wants to do it. Everyone thinks it's a way for profitability. Let's get it going.
Well, I still think the esports betting industry is too focused on betting on tournaments instead of just, as the games are going on. That may be the way to go, non-tournament betting, but that's neither here nor there for what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about Complexity Gaming doing a deal with a group called BuddyBet.
BuddyBet, all right.
It's a social betting platform.
All right.
Where, best example I can think of, since it's Christmas time. In A Christmas Story where Ralphie dares, Flick to put his tongue on the pole.
Yeah.
Basically, you can bet anybody else something, whatever topic you wanted to do, and somebody in the BuddyBet community can actually pick up the bet, or you can direct the bet at one of your friends.
Interesting.
To actually take the bet up.
All right.
And you put money on it.
Interesting. I think it's interesting.
It's a social betting platform between $5 and $250 per bet, and you could put up any type of bet you want. That they review it for morally reprehensible stuff. You can't really do things like that. But
if it's social, there's no real money involved.
There's money involved.
Okay, then it's not social. Then
no, it's social as the community.
Oh, okay, the community.
Yeah.
Okay, you put it out in the community.
Yeah.
I thought
social means community, not free.
Okay,
it's not sweepstakes. It's not prizes.
Okay, all right.
It's a social betting platform, but
it's real money.
It's real money.
Okay, all right.
This has actually been working overseas for them. They also have a United States component, but Complexity Gaming is one of their first deals in the United States. They're going to be doing the BuddyBet Gaming Challenge with Complexity Esports. They're going to be having a lot of their team members get involved using BuddyBet. Not just with each other, but with the community itself.
See, I love something like this because when it comes to esports betting, I think we have to show the public how to do it.
Yeah.
It's one of those, such a new thing. Let's boil it down to its basics. Someone's playing a video game.
Yeah.
And, you got to teach people how you can bet on that and how you can make money on that. And do it the socially responsible way, too.
The one thing I like about BuddyBet, there are no odds.
Okay.
It's just, I bet you can do this, catch 10 million balls
Okay.
or whatever. There's no odds to this.
All right.
It's just,
all right.
I'm betting you can't
That's
do this,
interesting.
or you
So-
can do
I
this.
have to check this out.
Yeah.
I want to
It's
explore that
very
more. I
interesting.
mean, you've piqued my interest, so I will take a look at this.
But they're going to have Complexity's social media channels and their video channels doing this Buddy Bet gaming challenge.
So when you say channels, where do I go for this?
Twitter, Twitch, the normals, YouTube, all those things. Complexity Gaming has all these video channels, all these social media channels.
All right.
TikTok, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be everywhere.
So go to one of their sites, and they'll show you how to go onto these sites.
Yeah, head on over to. Well, this is going to launch in the first quarter of 2023.
Okay. All
So
right.
there's nothing up yet. They just announced the deal.
All right.
And what they're going to be doing is they're going to have it all across their social media channels. They're going to be doing basically anything these players can think of in terms of betting each other. Betting
Good.
the community.
So what is this? I'm trying to read what you.
BuddyBet.com you go to.
Okay, BuddyBet.com. All
But
right,
it's Complexity Gaming. Game Square Esports is the parent company of Complexity Gaming. Complexity is one of the biggest esports organizations in the United States.
Seriously, I'm a big fan of esports betting.
Yep.
I mean, but someone has to get it done the right way, and someone actually has to educate the public on how to do it correctly.
Well, this is a way for Buddy Bet to get more exposure because, again, this is for Buddy Bet. And the players for Complexity Gaming are going to be, leading by example. They're going to be doing it. They're going to be doing it with the community that's on Buddy Bet. So, and Buddy Bet has some interesting features. They've got the chat rooms. They've got the bulletin board. They even have the ability to, when you put your bet up into the system, you can make it available to your friends, to your followers.
Okay, good.
Or even just to the general public, and somebody can just take up the challenge.
Yeah. That's the great thing when you talk about online casinos and online sports betting and things like that and these sites and the platforms. The great thing is they're really kind of a social media thing because I was playing online poker and they all have a chat room. You can have your chat room going on the side there. Virgin Casino, I mentioned that they have a chat room all along the side of the where you're playing. Even when you're playing a slot machine, they have a chat room there, so you can interact with a lot of people on these things, which is really great.
It's a big aspect of the industry where they have the interaction. It's almost like they're transporting the brick and mortar casino into the virtual space because you're able to talk to other people. Just like at a regular casino.
Which, by the way, I don't. If I'm playing online poker,
right.
I usually shut the chat thing off. But it's there if you want it. But online casinos, I see a lot of it. Where I see a lot of the social interaction are people playing the bingo games.
Yes.
For anyone,
Keno.
Well, Keno that's not online, so I don't know.
Well, there's Keno online.
Oh, really? I've never seen Keno online, but I can tell you when there's a lot of bingo players on there, and bingo is kind of a big thing. I'm seeing billboards coming out of Atlantic City was bingo for Borgata.
Yeah.
So bingo is a big thing for a lot of these online casinos.
Actually,
and,
you're referring to Borgata Bingo.
Borgata Bingo. I think their big thing is 75 or 90 ball bingo or something like that.
They got both.
Yeah, they have both. But there's a chat room for bingo players, and and by the way, they all know each other. So apparently
That's
they've
an
become
interesting
friends
thing.
through these online platforms, which is great. I like the interaction with all these players.
Well, let's see if Buddy Bet catches on because, like I said, I'd never heard of Buddy Bet until I saw this story, which is one of the reasons why I brought this story into the show here.
Yeah, no, I hope they have a good year.
Drizzly makes it easy to shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor from wherever I am. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes.
Drizzly. Ding dong, Drizzly.
Exit 3.
Well, we're just finishing up with the World Cup, and I thought I would bring in an NFT story that involved the World Cup, especially the World Cup final, because this was an NFT drop that happened just before the World Cup final.
Okay.
OneFootball is a brand new NFT project with it's a partnership between Dapper Labs, which does the NBA Top Shot, and Animoca brands.
Okay. And by the way, I had the most USA kind of thought when you told me about, there's an NFT drop from OneFootball. I'm thinking,
American
is that college football, NFL? What are you talking about? I mean, that just such an American frame of mind
Yes.
coming from that. Even during the World Cup thing, you'd think I'd be more open when I hear football. But go ahead. OneFootball is actually soccer.
Is soccer, yes. European football, let me put it that way. Or
No, you can't
actually,
say European football because
it's in Canada,
NFL's
too, yeah.
playing, and
Canada has soccer too. So, but anyway, OneFootball is a very interesting NFT project. I always find it interesting to see how people are using NFTs. I mean, the crypto space is going through what they're calling the crypto winter, and people are having changing attitudes toward cryptocurrency.
It's one bad winter if you're
Yes.
involved in crypto this winter.
And
So.
and NFTs, a lot of people are saying it's just a fad, or it's one of those things where it's just like kind of a niche market. But we're starting to see some creativity in how the NFTs themselves are being used. And OneFootball is basically taking the idea of a comic book
Oh, okay.
and making an NFT comic book.
Now, when we say a comic book and NFTs, are you talking about like the NFT is one panel of the comic
NFT
book? So you have to buy a ton of these NFTs to get a story?
Not
Or what are you
not
saying
a ton
here?
of NFTs.
Okay.
You have to buy. It's almost like buying a packet of football cards.
Okay.
There's going to be multiple NFTs inside the packet.
Okay. All
And
right.
there's going to be some rare ones
Oh, all
inside
right.
it, like
All right.
like one of those gold foil football cards that Topps used to do. The special
Mm-hmm.
card, some kind of special value NFT that's going to be part of that. First of all, the storyline of these comics are going to be the lives of the soccer players.
Okay, the lives of these soccer
starting
players.
from their
Okay.
beginnings,
Which, by the way, could be very interesting.
Yeah.
They have some pretty cool lives from what I'm hearing.
You're going to be seeing how they actually even perform during this year's World Cup.
Okay.
And possibly beyond, however long this project goes.
Mm-hmm.
The books themselves are free,
Okay.
and they're going to be pushed by the players on their social media pages.
When you say books,
the books, the actual the framework is free.
the framework. That's what I was
Yeah.
getting at.
The NFTs are the panels.
I'm still living in the real world,
Yes.
so when you say book, I'm thinking book.
Well,
you know,
the
that you
NFTs
hold.
are the comic book panels.
Okay.
And you collect these NFTs to fit it inside the books that you're collecting.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you collect these NFTs, you start putting them in, and you start making the comic book.
Okay.
And the first
It's a
drop
good
came
concept,
down. It's a great concept.
It's great.
The packs are 4 panels each, $29 for a pack, which
Okay.
isn't too bad. I mean, if you got disposable cash, $29
no.
is not too
Hey,
bad.
I've heard NFTs go for a lot of money.
And
so.
they're going to have, out of this drop, 155 rare NFTs, rare collectible NFTs that unlock utility.
Okay.
Where you can meet the player
All right.
or do something else or get a jersey or some other real-world component that makes it extremely rare.
Okay.
So they're going to have 155 rare ones. They're going to do an entire drop. This first drop has 20,195 NFTs as part of it.
Wow. Okay.
So break that up into 4, divide that by 4, and then multiply it by 29. You'll see how much this drop is worth.
I got to check on, NFTs. We keep comparing it to, football cards and baseball cards. I wonder if these NFTs are affecting the actual physical football or baseball card market. The trading card market. Has that gone, because everyone wants NFTs now? Does that hurt the value of the trading cards? I mean, I have trading cards from the 1980s and 1970s and things like that. I wonder if the value is affected by now these NFTs coming out. So I'm very curious.
A lot of the collectible NFTs that are cards basically can unlock getting the real card.
Okay.
So there's some transition there.
All
and
right.
There's some promotion.
Are there NFTs of the older cards?
I believe there are.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
I don't know what they unlock because
Okay,
you can't get the real
I don't
card.
know.
So-
That's why I'm asking the question.
Yeah.
I don't know. So,
But anyway, this is OneFootball. Check it out. Chapter 1 is available now. They're going to be doing another drop for Chapter 2.
all right.
For all these stars of soccer that
Okay.
were in the World
All right.
Cup. So, and it's relatively cheap compared to other NFT projects we've seen.
Yep.
Exit 4.
In the battle for spring football, how about that for a line
Yeah.
right there? We've got the 2 new leagues, or relatively new, one brand new, relaunching, I should say, the USFL and the XFL.
Yeah. I wasn't too into the USFL. I thought I would be, but it's just one of those things. That was the league that played all in one place. They played
Alabama.
in Alabama, yeah. So.
Alabama's not a really big hotbed for pro football.
Well, I mean, I think it'd be more interesting. And well, first off, are they still going to be playing in one place again this year?
Well, let's get into that because
Okay,
that's part of what we're going to be talking about. The USFL is now going to be facing competition from the XFL.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, and his ex-wife, partner, whatever you want to call her. They're going to be running the new version of the XFL.
Okay.
And what has been going on here is the collective bargaining agreements. Both leagues are going to be very competitive with each other because they're trying to get the best players.
Are they going to be playing at the same time?
They're going to be playing at the same time.
All
The
right.
XFL is going to finish earlier, though.
Okay.
And the reason the XFL is going to finish earlier is, without saying it, they're saying it, they want to be a feeder program into the NFL.
Okay. Like a developmental league kind of thing?
They don't want that phrase.
They don't like the
They
phrase?
don't want
Okay.
that phrase.
Well, look, the USFL and XFL are probably any kind of spring football is like that because look, if an NFL team sees a great player in one of these spring leagues, I mean they're going to go after that player. So
Well, the XFL is designed to finish earlier in terms of scheduling than the USFL because the XFL wants their players ready for the draft and the combines, and the USFL doesn't do that. And what's going on is both leagues just announced their collective bargaining agreements, and everybody's comparing them.
Okay.
And the USFL, again, one location. All the players have to live there.
Okay.
So one of the points of the collective bargaining agreement that came out was the living expense, the per diem, whatever you want to call it, the housing cost.
All right.
The new deal increased it. They are now $400 a week for housing.
What were they before?
Much lower.
Okay, I guess so.
Yes. Yeah. And what they've also done is increase the pay scale.
All right.
The XFL was paying their active players $5,000 per week. And when I say active players, the guys actually on the field.
On the roster.
On the field.
Oh, on the field. I mean, if you're a backup, you don't get that?
Well, if
that
you're
can't be.
No, if you're an inactive player.
All right.
And when I say on the field, I'm talking about the guys on the sidelines.
Oh,
too.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's their definition too.
Yeah.
On the field.
Okay.
The guys actually playing are the starters. Obviously, the inactive guys on the XFL roster, 5,000 for active, 1,500 for inactive players, and that's per game. That's their game checks.
Okay.
The USFL, when they started last year, because they're going into their second year now, this is why they did this. They created the new collective bargaining agreement. They went from $4,500 per week for the active players to now $5,350 per week.
All right, good.
And they've now also increased the inactive salary. They're now $2,500 per week.
Okay, all right.
And they're what they're doing is they took a look at what the XFL was offering, and they say we want get as good as players as they are, if not better.
All right.
They want to be more competitive.
Oh, sure. I guess so, yeah.
Now, the one thing the USFL has going for them is they've got built-in broadcast distribution because they're owned by Fox Sports.
Okay. Yeah, no, I guess it would be. I mean, is the XFL going to be on television? It has to be on television.
They did a
Why
deal,
do it?
They did a deal with ESPN.
ESPN, okay.
ESPN's going to carry the XFL games.
Okay.
And Fox Sports will be doing USFL games.
All right. You know what the tough part is about watching it in this sports betting era? I just don't know enough about the teams. I don't know enough about the players. Well,
the USFL did the nostalgia thing last year. They brought in the old teams from the previous USFL incarnation.
Okay.
I think the one location is kind of a problem.
Let me tell you something. I
didn't see too many fans in the stands. Let me put it.
Well,
that way.
look,
Mobile, Alabama's not.
Yeah, well, mobile. You're going to get a lot of New Jersey General fans down
That's
there.
the
You're going to
problem.
get a lot of. Was the Philadelphia Stars there too, or something like that? Or,
Well,
I can't remember. I'm going back by the old team names.
Birmingham Stallions were there.
I'm sure they.
Philly
really
Stars were there.
Okay.
The Generals were there.
See the Birmingham.
The Breakers.
Whatever.
Were
What
there.
are the Birmingham? What?
Birmingham Stallions.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd get a good crowd. I mean, they're the whole home team.
Well, the one thing the USFL wants to do, and I understand it, I think they're waiting too long. Maybe they want to have the games in the home states for their teams.
Well, yeah. Well,
I think if they wait too much longer, they're not going to survive.
Well,
as much as Fox Sports wants it to survive, I mean, if they're going to pump money into it,
yeah. Well, they got to work out the contracts for the stadiums. They got to find out where to play. So,
well, the CBAs are a good first step. The USFL CBA is 3 years, so automatically Fox Sports is going to keep this alive for 3 more years.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be interesting to see what happens with the XFL, because the XFL actually looks like a more fun league.
Yeah, are they going to do the? I remember when the XFL started years and years ago. They didn't have a kickoff, or they didn't have an opening kickoff.
They had the rush to the ball.
Yeah, they had a ball at one end of the field, and they had 2 guys just rush. I love that. I love what they did. I also like the names on the back. I remember
they're not doing that.
He hate me.
They're
and
not
stuff
doing that.
like
They're
that.
not doing that. So, but the one thing I'm very interested with the XFL that the USFL is not going to do. The XFL did a deal with the NFL where they're going to be testing new rules.
Oh, okay, good.
They're going to be ground zero for new rules for the NFL. Good. So that's going to make it more interesting, because I don't know exactly what the changes are going to be. I know there's changes with timekeeping. There's changes with some of the actual other plays, some of the extra points, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
we'll see. But again, we're seeing both leagues start to mature, or actually, I don't know about the XFL. We're seeing the USFL start to mature. The CBAs are there. We'll just see what happens. I think this is going to be fun if they can actually make these competitive with each other, as well as with what we're used to in terms of pro football. Year-round football is becoming very, very much a possibility here.
I hope so. And today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using our promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as always, you can get in touch with Turnpike Sports by calling or texting us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. At Turnpike Sports is the show's handle on Facebook and Twitter. At Turnpike Sports Radio is our handle on Instagram. And as always, our email address is info@turnpikesportsradio.com. And don't forget, you can listen to the show via Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, radio.com mobile app, as well as Stitcher and YouTube. You can also watch us on your smart TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Head on over to turnpikesports.net. You'll be able to watch our video channel there.
Well, we got a great show coming up. We got a Beatin the House segment, and then it's our Week 16 NFL Pro Pick segment powered by Betfred. I can't believe it's Week 16.
Home stretch.
God, I love this time of year. So stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
Yeah, you, come here. Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore.
Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and
Lots more we can't mention here. Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
The Turnpike Sports Pro Football Pick segment is brought to you by Betfred Sportsbook. Never miss a bet with Betfred Sportsbook. Betfred Sports brings over 50 years of experience through the United States betting industry. Straight bets, in-play wagering, parlay cards, teasers, and more. Head on over to BetfredSports.com or download the Betfred Sportsbook app in Colorado, Iowa, or Arizona and get in on all the action today. New signups will receive up to $250 in free bets when wagering $50. Download the Betfred Sportsbook app today. Offer valid in Colorado, Iowa, and Arizona only. Visit BetfredSports.com for terms and conditions. Please gamble responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or someone close to you, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa, 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona, and 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado.
And welcome to Week 16 of the NFL regular season. This is the Turnpike Sports Pro Football Picks powered by Betfred Sports. It's actually Christmas weekend that we're doing this weekend for. Yes. We've got a full weekend. We've got Thursday night. We've got Saturday. We've got a whole slate of games on Saturday with a couple games on Christmas Day.
Sunday's going to be fun. Well, first off, it's Christmas. It's always fun. Yeah. Number two, you got NFL and NBA, so it should be a lot of fun.
What is that, a quintuple header for the NBA?
I think it's starts at noon or 12:30 on the East Coast.
It goes all the way through. All the way through nighttime.
Sixers and Knicks. Yep. You got to love it.
It's going to be an interesting game. Both teams are not playing as well as people expected. But that's a different type of analysis for another type of show there. But here we are, NFL Week 16. Again, we're in the extended, weekends of the NFL season. Yeah. We've got the Saturday games, we've got Sunday games, we've got Monday, we got Thursday night.
I got to tell you, what a fun week last week was.
What a historic
football.
Week.
Oh my God, we were both on the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes. I think everybody was.
It was an exciting game. No, we bet on them. It was an exciting game. They won.
Yes.
And in a most improbable way, and but they didn't cover. But it was still fun to watch. That was my only loss last week. So
the people that made
kind of annoyed me, but it was a fun game to watch. And then I have no clue what the New England Patriots were doing. I just what a terribly coached team. It's shocking for me to say that about any Bill Belichick team, but my goodness, how stupid. I mean, what's his name? Scott Zolak, who used to be a backup quarterback for the Patriots
and the Jets.
About 20 years ago. He's the radio color analyst for the New England Patriots, and I think he ended by saying that was the most stupid team he's ever seen play. So very interesting. It's not a pleasant situation up there in the Boston media right now. I can't believe some are actually calling for Bill Belichick to be fired, which I'm shocked about. I think it's a gross overreaction, but what a terrible decision to put Matt Patricia and Joe Judge as part of his coaching staff. It's just absolutely incredible.
Well, when you start hearing people talk about we need Bill O'Brien as head coach,
right.
that's when you know you're having a really bad season. But none of that made sense to me because they weren't behind. They were tied. It was going to go to overtime.
That's what made
there was
it
no
so
time
crazy.
on the clock.
That's what made it so stupid. I mean, they were not.
Yeah.
They were not losing the game at that point. They were tied. I don't know why they did what they did. You got to wonder who said what. I know some of the Jacoby Myers is taking the heat for it. He said that was his fault, and they're saying the coaches had nothing to do about it.
And he's a former quarterback,
well,
too.
Let me
he
tell you
should know better than to throw across the field like that.
If they're a well-coached team, they don't do stuff like that. That's all I'm saying.
The first lateral should not have happened.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
But it's one of those things. One interesting aspect of that is Josh McDaniels is now 2-0 against Bill Belichick.
Yeah, shocking.
So keep that in your back pocket next time you see a matchup between these two.
Yeah.
Here we are, like I said, Week 16. We're going to be doing our pro football picks. We've each got 3 picks for the weekend here. We do spreads and totals only, no money line bets, and we use the Tuesday lines from Betfred Sports.
Yep.
All right, let's get right into it. We've got a long weekend here, and we've got a couple games to hit, so we'll just go right into game number 1.
Yep.
First game, going for the Detroit Lions at the Carolina Panthers. Detroit's favored by 2.5 in this game. There's an over-under of 44.5. I don't know what else you can say about Detroit. They're 6-1 in their last 7 games overall. They're 7-1 against the spread in their last 7 games. They're 3-0 against the spread in their last 3 road games. They're 4-2 against the spread as an away team. When I was actually doing research on this, I had to really take a look at this because I noticed in the away games, I wanted to look to see how many what their record was as an away favorite. They've never been favored as an away team.
Really?
They've never been favored as an away team this season. Then you go to Carolina, who, by the way, after they got rid of Matt Rule and also Baker Mayfield, they're not a bad team. They're actually, I think their record is 4-4 with the interim coach that's there. But they are 4-10 against the spread in their last 14 home games. They're 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 in December. When they play Detroit, for some reason, they play each other very, very tight. The home team is 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings between these two. I really, really like where Carolina's going, but I like where Detroit's going even better. Goff is playing lights out as a quarterback there. It's finally nice to see him playing like the number 1 pick he was way back when. I think maybe Detroit is the one team here that's headed in the right direction. That direction might actually be the playoffs. So I'm going with the Lions and laying the 2.5.
For all those reasons, I'm going with Detroit too. I mean, how can you not be a fan of Detroit? I mean,
right now, no.
Look, Goff is playing lights out. I think he has like about 200 pass attempts without an interception. By the way, that was the kiss of death. The first pass attempt, he's going to throw an interception.
Probably.
But look, we've said a lot about their offense, but their defense is coming around. Their defense is playing well, so which is helping the offense out immensely. So for all the reasons you said, I'm not going to go through the stats again and things like that, but I love Detroit here. I love what they're doing. I think they're playing with incredible motivation and incredible confidence, and I like where they're going, so I'm taking Detroit.
All right, let's head on over to the second game of the week. Game number 2 for me is one of those wintry outdoor games. We're talking the New Orleans Saints going to Cleveland to play the Browns. Cleveland's favored by 3 at home here. Over-under is 32. By the way, that total is one of the lowest ones on the Betfred board right now as we're taping this. This has all the makings of one of those snow-affected, low weather-impacted game, low scoring. Extended forecast, snow showers, 0-degree wind chills, freezing temperatures, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Then you add in 2 teams with bad offenses and a dome team on top of that with New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, the wind is the big factor in that game.
Well,
so,
I think the struggling offenses.
Well,
I think even if this was in good weather, you wouldn't see a high-scoring game.
Well, we throw in really heavy winds in there, and then this is just run left, run right, and stuff like that. So.
Well, the under is 6-1 in the Saints' last 7 games overall, 4-0. The under is 4-0 in the Browns' last 4 overall. New Orleans is under. The under is 3-1 as an away dog, which they are here, and 3-1 in non-conference games for New Orleans, which this is as well. Cleveland, the under is 2-1 in non-conference games for the Browns too, and both these offenses, you're actually starting to see Deshaun Watson starting to play better. He's getting his legs under him. He's starting to throw better. He's starting to get his timings back, but these 2 teams have never played each other in this type of weather before. Their last 4 meetings have all occurred in September and October. Half of the time was over in the Dome in New Orleans. So I'm really thinking you're going to see a weather-impacted, bad offense, good defense type game. The wind's going to have a lot to say about the punting, the field goal kicking, all that. I'm doing the under 32 here.
Well, look, I cashed a ticket doing the under in New Orleans, Atlanta game last week, so I know all about New Orleans and the under. But my game is we're powered by Betfred in this segment, so I'm going with a team that is partnered with Betfred, the Cincinnati Bengals, and they are traveling to the New England Patriots. The Bengals are 3.5-point favorites, and the total is 39.5. I love the way the Bengals are playing, and on the flip side, New England Patriots are just imploding. I don't know what they're doing. They have a terrible offense. I've said it weekend and weeks now. I mean, Matt Jones is not the person that and this might not be his fault, because if you have Matt Patricia, a defensive coach, calling plays for you, you might regress, and I think that's what we're seeing. But like I said, I love the way the Bengals have been playing. They are 3-0-1 against the spread in their last 4 Saturday games, and they're 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games in December. They play well when it counts, and it really counts, and I think the Bengals should easily win this. I'm actually shocked that what's the spread? 3.5 points. Yeah, Bengals
should be
really
a little more than that.
Oh my God! I think Bengals are gonna run it up. The Bengals are going to jump out in the lead by the end of the first quarter or the beginning of the second quarter and never look back, because look, the Patriots do not have an offense that could hang with a team like the Bengals. So I'm taking the Bengals and laying the 3.5 points.
And I'm sure Bill Belichick has a sign in the locker room: do not lateral the ball.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's head on.
We will not see a lateral in that game.
Yeah, no.
I guarantee it. Not from New England anyway.
No. All right, let's head on over to the last game of the week. Last game for me, Washington Commanders at the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers are favored by 7 here. There's an over-under of 39.5. Kind of an interesting total to actually look at, because the Niners have one of those types of defenses that shuts people out in the second half. They've been doing it for a while. The Commanders are coming into the game at 6-2-1 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. But really, this is all going to be about San Francisco. We've got Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant.
There you go, Mr. Purdy.
Leading them to a 2-0 record with him under center. They're 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 overall, 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 home games. For the entire season, they're 5-2 against the spread at home for the entire season. So they're actually playing very well at home, which is where they're at here. You add into the mix, they've won 6 of their last 7 games by at least 8 points or more. Against some pretty good defenses. Niners are 9-2 against the spread in their last 11 Saturday games, which this is. 9-2 against the spread in their last 11 home games. Mm-hmm. With that defense they got going, with shutting people out in the second half, you got to think that maybe Washington's streak of actually playing well against the spread is going to stop here. And I'm going with San Francisco and laying the 7.
All right, my last game is the New York Giants traveling to the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings are 3-point favorites, and the total is 47.5. Look, like I said before, we both had bets on the Minnesota Vikings. Absolutely thrilling game against the Indianapolis Colts.
Not for Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, one of the most interesting things I heard was a lot of these analysts were saying, you know what, why didn't the Colts just take the play clock all the way or the snap clock all the way down to like 1 second for each snap of the ball? They would have won it. But I guess they didn't, and I guess they didn't play well. But give credit to the Minnesota Vikings, because that was an absolutely thrilling game. A lot of fun watching it. It would have been more fun if the Minnesota Vikings covered, but it was such a great game to watch. And I love the way the Minnesota Vikings have been playing. They have won 7 of their last 8 games. They are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games against the team with a winning record. And look, I'm not taking anything away from the New York Giants. They are playing great as of late. And Saquon Barkley has been playing lights out. I think he's been carrying the New York Giants these last couple of weeks. But look, I think I just love the way the Vikings are playing. I don't like the way the Vikings were playing in the first half of last week, but I like the way they put themselves together and came out and actually won last week. But I just think the Minnesota Vikings are much more talented than the New York Giants, and since the Vikings are playing home, I'm giving them the edge, and I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings in this one.
All right, let's recap our picks for the week. Why don't you go ahead and do your recap?
I am taking the Detroit Lions, who are 2.5-point favorites over the Panthers. I am taking the Bengals, who are 3.5-point favorites over the lowly New England Patriots. And also, I'm taking the incredible, talented team. I'm joking now, but they're doing very well. The Minnesota Vikings, who it seems like not a lot of people like them, but I like them. Minnesota Vikings, who are 3-point favorites over the New York Giants.
I'm doing the Detroit Lions as well, laying the 2.5 against the Panthers. I'm doing the under 32 in the Saints-Browns games. And I'm doing San Francisco, laying the 7 against the Washington Commanders. All these picks will be up on the Turnpike blog. Head on over to turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. You'll see them in written form there. Feel free to comment on the blog. Feel free to email us. info@turnpikesportsradio.com is our email address. Twitter, we got 2 handles, Turnpike Sports, Turnpike Bets. On Facebook, it's Turnpike Sports. On Instagram, it's Turnpike Sports Radio. And please, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and enjoy all the football.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.
80% of falls in the home occur in the bathroom. Don't put yourself or a loved one at risk. There's a safe bathing system for everyone's budget.
Enjoy a bathing experience that combines safety, comfort, and excellence. If assisted living is not for you, a BCI walk-in tub may well be the answer, giving you the safety and freedom to live independently. A BCI walk-in tub is the most affordable and comfortable walk-in tub in the market today. With our dual drain technology, your tub will drain quickly, and for those that still like the feature of a shower, our two-way bliss gives you both a handheld and overhead shower head. We offer the best financing in the industry with payments as low as $99 per month or no interest, no payments for 18 months with approved credit. For comfort, safety, price, and selection, it's gotta be BCI Walk-In Tub. Be one of the first 50 callers and save $1,500.
Call 800-354-4377, 800-354-4377 for a free no obligation in-home consultation.
With Drizzly, I can shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor. I just open the app, find what I want, and it's at my door in under 60 minutes. Drizzly also lets me shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products.
Ding dong, Drizzly.
We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to beangenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE.
It's a casino. People gotta win sometimes.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a giant, colorful check to deposit.
Beatin The House is brought to you by BetMGM Casino. Play your favorite casino games at BetMGM Online Casino. Slots, table games, live dealer games, everything you love about Atlantic City and Vegas, all online at BetMGM. Don't wait. Join in the fun now. Go to BetMGM Casino, create an account using our promo code Turnpike, and become a verified player. New players get $25 free when signing up, plus a first deposit bonus up to $1,000. That's promo code Turnpike at BetMGM.com for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus $25 free. Grab a lion's share of the fun at BetMGM.com. Must be 21 years or older to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome to another edition of Beatin The House, where we are going to be crisscrossing the country to talk about the different jackpots that have happened in the brick and mortar and the online gaming industry. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're both here. If it's $100, $100,000 or over, we're going to talk about in the jackpot segment. If it was lower than that, I'd be doing this almost every day of my life because there are jackpots every day around the country and around the world. But we're going to be doing slots. We're going to be doing table games. We do lottery, keno, bingo, big bad beats, poker, sports betting jackpots. If it happens and it's over $100,000, we'll hit it.
Okay.
We're going to start off in New Jersey.
All right.
We don't usually start off in New Jersey, but we're going to start off BetMGM online in New Jersey.
Okay.
And this was sent to us by our friend Katie over at BetMGM.
Yep.
BetMGM announced that an online casino player in Jersey by the name of Marley F. from Lyndhurst, won $577,543.81 playing the Mega Jackpots Cleopatra game.
I see that always on online
I played
casinos.
it. It's a fun game. That's a fun game to play.
I might have played it. I can't remember if I did, but no, I see it all the time.
Yeah.
It's always a featured game everywhere, so it's a really popular game.
I love the Mega Jackpots line of games from IGT. This was, like I said, she was playing the Cleopatra brand of the Mega Jackpots line. $10 bet got her $577,543 and the 81 cents, and she's going to use the winnings to pay her bills.
Great.
So congratulations to Marley. We're going up into Canada this time. We're going to go – actually, this happened to a player that I think a lot of people can relate to. He was traveling – Paul W. from Port Hardy in Canada was traveling. He was staying at a hotel, and he was sitting in the hotel room, didn't have anything to do, so he decided to go on to the BCLC, British Columbia Lottery Corporation's PlayNow.com platform. Didn't say how much he played, but he won $588,376.64. That's Canadian, so it's going to be a little lower than the $577 from the BetMGM winner, but still a good chunk of change.
That's a big thing for tourists. You come into New Jersey. I mean, if it's summertime, you want to go to Jersey Shore. You're you want to check it out, and you do an account. You put like about $50 in the account, and play a little bit. And when you're leaving New Jersey, you withdraw the whatever you have left in the account, and it's fun.
But this is actually PlayNow.com, which is similar to what we have in the States. It's an online gaming site, it's online sports betting, all that. He was just playing, and they actually didn't say what game it was either.
Okay.
And, I'm very disappointed in BCLC for not including the name of the game in the story, but
like I say all the time in this segment, I usually have a pad and I got my pen next to me, and whenever you say someone won from a certain game, I write it down if I don't know about it. So it's a great way to learn about the other games out there.
It's a great way to learn about some of these new sites too, especially now with Canada expanding their gambling industry. PlayNow.com is one of the best ones up there.
Yeah.
We're going back into the States, and we're going to Hawaii's 9th island.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is the California Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. The visitors from Hawaii consider the California as the 9th island. It's a lot of Hawaiian visitors.
Doing this segment, I mean, I know there's a lot of jackpot winners because when you live in Hawaii, that's the vacation spot for me. So if you live in Hawaii, where do you go for vacation? You go to Las Vegas.
Obviously,
apparently in a California hotel. And there's a lot of jackpot winners from people who live in Hawaii. So
I'm still confused with Hawaii having an interstate highway. You can't drive to another state. But anyway, that's a whole other issue. We have, at the California Hotel and Casino, we have a Hawaiian visitor described as a regular by the casino.
All right.
Hit $337,654 playing Boyd Gaming's Pai Gow Poker.
Wow.
He had a 7-card straight flush, 4 to the 10 of spades, and a joker. By the way, I love that joker thing. Every time we see a Pai Gow Poker, it's got a joker in it.
Yeah.
And that's a great feature of that game. It's a progressive. I'm assuming what happened there was he did the typical $5 side bet to trigger the progressive.
Yeah.
Because most times you see Pai Gow, when it's a progressive Pai Gow poker game, it's always they play the game itself, then they throw down the $5 side bet, which triggers a progressive. And here we have the 4 to 10 straight flush with the joker.
Yeah.
for $337,000 and change, basically.
You know, they say that person is a regular from Hawaii. I wonder how long the flight is from Hawaii to Las Vegas.
I believe it's the same length as it is from California to Hawaii. It's 6 hours. Because we took one out when we were doing our literary agency. We were doing the writers conference in Hawaii, and we flew out to Boston to LA was the same amount of time as LA to Hawaii.
Okay, so
but you know, it was a long flight.
But Hawaii, you know, Las Vegas is a little further than California, so it must be, you know, I guess add on some
add
time
another
to
half hour.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. I've never done Hawaii to Las Vegas before.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a direct flight from Hawaii to Las. There's got to be.
Oh yeah, no. Where else?
I mean, you can't go to LA.
It doesn't
first.
make sense to
can't
stop
go to
at
LAX
LA
first.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, this was a regular. I'm wondering how long he's been visiting to be called a regular.
Yeah, that's what I mean. A regular. Boy,
Yeah.
he must be putting a lot of frequent flyer miles on his card.
But this was John A.
Okay.
It's unusual to see sometimes where they have the anonymous winner. Now it's John, and they give the last initial. Boyd is pretty good about that. They actually do the first names.
Sure.
I mean, they keep the rest of the name private. But this is actually the third time someone's hit a Boyd Gaming jackpot in 3 weeks.
Wow. Okay.
We had at the Gold Coast, we had two other jackpots within the last 3 weeks here. 152,768 and 87,535, all playing table games.
Okay.
At Boyd Casinos. So congratulations to Hawaii visitor John A. And it's great seeing the Ninth Island paying off for the visitors.
Absolutely.
We're going cross country back over to the East Coast. We're going to Boston. We have the Encore Boston Harbor announced that a guest won $131,446 playing Great Balls of Fire.
Okay.
I've never heard of the game before. I'll be honest with you. I've never heard of that
Now,
game.
is that in their high rollers slot?
It was a $4 wager,
kind of
so
thing.
I don't
They
think
took a
it's-
lot of poker tables out. And they put a lot of the high-end slot machines up on the loft.
Given it's a $4 wager, it's not the high limit.
Okay.
So I would assume it was on the casino floor.
Oh, and by the way, Encore Boston Harbor, you said it's in Boston. It's not.
I'm sorry.
It's in Everett. It's
for lack
so just,
for
I just
ease
want to
of
give
reference. For
all
ease
the
of reference.
citizens of Everett, Massachusetts, their due. You have a very good
The
casino
host community of Everett is what it's called under the Massachusetts law up there.
Yes.
But again, Encore Boston Harbor, because it's on the harbor.
Yes.
Boston Harbor.
Yes.
All right, we're going to go down 95, and we're going to talk Jersey jackpots.
Oh, okay. This is your whole list of Jersey jackpots. So I'll be quiet and let you run through them, because I know there's a lot. I mean, just what is it? Every 2 weeks, the
Every 2
Division
weeks I
of
do
Gaming
this, yes.
Enforcement
The
send it out or something like that? Or
New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement releases an updated spreadsheet of jackpots that have occurred at the online and brick-and-mortar casinos and sports books in New Jersey. They start at around 50,000.
Yes.
By the way, over the last 2 weeks, for our show, we do a $100,000 cutoff.
Okay.
There have been 17 jackpots over the last 2 weeks of at least $100,000.
Wow. Okay.
If I did the $50,000,
Yeah, right.
They actually what I saw this week, anything 50,000 and over, they ended up having 5 pages of a spreadsheet.
Wow. Okay.
So there's been a lot. We have
hey, if you're
17
visiting New Jersey, you might as well sign up for one of these things while you're here. Put $50 in and see how you do, and withdraw it when you leave the state. Why not?
We have 17 of 100,000, at least 100,000.
Okay.
Very interesting, especially on one day. We have a big number of jackpots on one day.
Well,
we're going to start off.
I'll be quiet and let you run through them.
We have 2 jackpots on December 2nd, $140,500 on DraftKings.com playing Evolution's Dreamcatcher, $100,000 at Hard Rock. This is the brick and mortar playing IGT's Game King Double Bonus Poker.
Okay.
2 more on December 3rd, $146,023.26 on DraftKings.com, playing Divine Fortune.
Fun game.
That always pays out.
Yep.
That's a great game to play. And we're going to the brick and mortar Hard Rock again.
Oh, wow. Okay.
$250,790.28 playing Aristocrats Emperor's Treasure Dollar Storm.
Okay.
Now, everyone knows the Dollar Storm brand from Aristocrat. This is a different offshoot of the Dollar Storm. This is the Emperor's Treasure. It's got a Asian theme to it, more so than the other ones. Some of them have some kind of Greek mythology. Some of them have animals.
Okay.
They're all different kinds. Now, here's the interesting day. We have 9 jackpots of $100,000 or more on December 4th.
Okay, all right.
Yes. We have on hardrockcasino.com. This is turning into Hard Rock Casino here.
By the way, December 4th, I'm looking at the calendar. That was a Sunday.
That was a
so
Sunday.
A lot of people home sitting, playing things.
I wonder if it was a bye for one of the local teams.
I have no idea. I doubt it.
For NFL football. So $100,280 on hardrockcasino.com playing NetEnt's Turn Your Fortune. I've never played this game. NetEnt puts out some really damn good products in terms of slot machines, but I've never played Turn Your Fortune. So keep an eye out for that. That paid out $100,000. We have $147,259.73 jackpot at the Borgata, Atlantic City, over in the marina, playing Bally's Lock-It Link. Lock-It Link is actually a fun game, and it's one of those games that we see in every casino, and also we see it online now too. Now, here's the interesting one: we have seven jackpots of at least $100,000 on Play MGM Casino, and these are all playing the same game, by the way.
Okay.
Alchemy Bets Slingo Triple Extreme.
Interesting.
7 jackpots. We have 4 for $100,050.
Okay.
1 for $100,010, and 2 for $100,000 even. All on Alchemy Slingo Triple Extreme.
All right, I got to try this thing.
So I'm not a big Slingo fan. I have to admit, I like playing it from time to time, but
for $100,000, I'll become a fan. So.
It's not my go-to game. I like the other slots.
Yeah.
I actually just started playing another one, Raven's Reveal.
Okay.
Which is by Lightning Box, I think it's called. The same guys who do Lightning Horseman.
Okay.
Fun game. That's actually that's almost like a Halloween themed game.
Okay.
All right. Going over, we have 3 jackpots on December 8th. A $649,554 jackpot on DraftKings playing NYX Gaming's Extra Chili Megaways. It's not a Arctic theme. It's a Mexican theme.
Okay.
It's actually got a chili pepper as the character.
Okay. All right.
So just wanted to, because chili kind of, you think it's either going to be Arctic or some
either
kind
with
of
an
penguin.
I or a Y.
Exactly.
Okay.
We have $138,000 on DraftKings.com playing IGT's Mega Jackpots Siberian Storm.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen this game
I think
yet.
I have.
It's got the white tiger on it.
I was going to say, does it have like a white cat on it?
Yeah, it's got the white tiger on it.
Okay.
And finally, for the last jackpot on December 8th, like I said, we had 3. We have $100,100 jackpot on Play MGM Casino, Alchemy Bets Slingo Extreme.
Okay, I'm definitely checking out this.
Exactly.
What is it? Alchemy Bets Slingo Extreme.
Slingo Extreme.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, some of the casinos actually have Slingo suites.
Oh, okay.
Where they actually just have all the Slingo games together.
Oh, okay.
Right. And I think BetMGM has it. Borgata's got it. Somebody else has a Slingo suite of games. So take a look around.
It's not like one of those games I go looking for, but
No.
I will now, though. Apparently can make some real money on it.
And last but not least, we have 1 jackpot on December 11th, $207,833.27. Again, MGMCasino.com. Mercy of the Gods from NetEnt, which is the sister game to Divine Fortune.
Fun game.
Got one lottery win to talk about. It's very interesting. It has to do with the Euro Millions.
Okay.
We have a small town in Belgium. It's a small northern Belgian town. It's a village, they call it.
Okay, well.
Called Ulmen. Olmen.
Ulmen, okay.
Yep. They have 3,700 people living in this village. That's it.
Okay.
165 of them just won $150 million.
Wow. Okay.
In the Euro Millions.
So what did they do? They all go in at one ticket, or did they have the same number, or what the hell is this going on?
It's a group that goes into this one retail shop in the village, and they have the owner of the store, the manager of the store, whatever I think it's owner, manager, whatever it is. He puts together the group, and they actually buy tickets as a group.
Okay.
And this time, the the actual jackpot in euros was 142,897,164 euros.
Okay.
Their number came out.
Wow.
So
how many people?
165 people out of 3,700.
So
everyone knows they won.
Did you do the conversion? Like to U.S. dollars kind of thing?
150.81 million.
Wow. Okay.
Divided by 165.
Well, that's pretty good.
That's 900,000 euros tax-free.
Tax-free,
Tax-free.
huh? Wow,
tax-free.
okay.
See, I like the lotteries over there. Tax-free.
Yeah, well, okay.
So, but again, all chipped in 15 euros each. So that's what, $12? Maybe.
I have no idea.
Give or take.
I have no idea.
Maybe a little more than that, $16, $17.
Okay.
So they each got 900,000
So in
euros.
euros and US, how many euros did they win, and what does that mean for you?
142, just under 143 million euros.
Okay.
It translates to just over $150 million.
Wow.
US.
Unbelievable. Great.
In that small village. So
good for them.
Yeah.
It's that's the way to do it, I guess.
Yeah. And one last piece of notes here. We have over in the Seminole Casino Hotel in Immokalee, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason because we know what these are. We've seen this in Atlantic City. They now have the first Lightning Link Lounge.
Oh, okay. All
and
right.
that's all the Lightning Link games.
Who has was it Bally's?
Bally's.
I know has a Lightning Link Lounge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it's actually really cool to see that.
When I say Bally's, I mean Bally's in Atlantic
City.
Yeah.
So they have the very first Lightning Link Lounge in Florida.
Okay, good.
That's it for this week's Beatin the House. Keep the press releases coming in. info@turnpikesportsradio.com is the email address to send the PR to. Congratulations to all our winners this week and all the winners we didn't talk about. So hope to see you again next week.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.